Hello, and thank you for joining me on another episode of Welcome to My World. So today we are going to be making a clock. Not this clock, but I just wanted to show you this clock because I love it. I made this clock a little while ago. It is a clock with cogs. It's really cool, I love it. But I made it way too thin, so the hands I bought didn't fit. So I thought for this video I can reuse the hands because I've never opened them, and we'll make our new clock. So yeah, so today we're going to be making an American sweet candy clock. So I've got my little candy pieces, little candy lollipops. We are going to be using Mike and Ike. Never heard of Mike and Ike, but I'm sure we'll be tasting some of these. We've got Twizzlers, and we have got lots of nerds. So yeah, so we're going to be making some resin. The clock's going to be resin. I love using resin, and it's just really fun to work with. You can do what you want really. You can make anything with resin really, but today I'm going to be making a clock. So I'll be getting the resin, mixing it, popping some of these sweets in, leaving it to set. I'll have to do it in stages because it will take, I have to do it in layers, so it will take a little while to set, and then I'll come back and pour another layer. But yeah, you will see once we get started. So let's get into making our clock. So I showed you our sweets that we've got, and this is the mould. I'm just going to use a silicone mould. I have got, this is my movement that I brought from my other clock, and I haven't used it, so we'll be using that one. These are all our colours. So we've got, I'm not sure what colour I'm going to use. I might use this one because I want it to be kind of see-through so you can see all the sweets, but this is like a glittery kind of pearlescent-y colour, so maybe we'll give that one a go. And this is some of our resin. So I've got two types of resin, so I'll have to look if you can mix that because I'm not sure if I've got enough of one. We'll see. We've got our mugs, our little cups rather, to mix the mugs. We've got our little blowtorch because I have to get any bubbles from the top, so that's fun to use. And that's it, so let's get started. Our scales, we've got our cup, and I've got my table with black bin bags just to protect it a bit. We got our epoxy resin. So we've got part A, part B, so it's a 10:3 ratio. So my first layer I'm going to pour, I'm only going to do a thinner layer, and this is the one I want the colour to go in, so this is the one we're going to use. So yeah, so we've got our scales. Let's turn our scales on and zero them. So I'm going to do 50. I'm going to do 15 of this one. Let's mix. Okay, so let's get our little glitter. And so this should dry. This is a good resin, I think, so it should be quite nice and clear, so I won't put too much of this in. This is sparkly, so let's go with a bit there. This hopefully is more glittery than colour wise. Let's put a bit. There's no instructions on how many of these to put in, so you just kind of guess. Let's give it a little mix. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that's beautiful. Can you see? Glittery. So I've got my silicone mould and a cake stand, so it's easier like for a surface to pop it on. Let's tip this in. So this is just literally a thin layer that I'm doing, so that I can get a nice base colour, and the rest of the layers will be probably just clear. So let's kind of give this a little stir to even it out. That is, wow, that's very glittery. And that is our first layer done. A bit more glittery than I would have liked it, but hopefully it looks effective. Okay, and now we wait for it to dry. Right, so we're back. The first layer has set, so we're going to mix our next layer. So now we're going to do 100 grams of resin, and let's get this right first. 98. So messy. Bang on 100. Beautiful. So 101. And our second one, let's zero that. This needs to be 30 grams. Let's see how close we can get. Oh, this is so bad to pour. I'm making a mess for you OCD people out there. I'm very sorry. I'm apologising in advance. Okay, 31. That's actually perfect because we had 101. So let's mix. Let's pour. Oh, lovely. Right, so that's just a clear layer now that will sit on top. So this has got a few bubbles, so let's get on a little blowtorch. And there. So as it dries, the bubbles will rise, so I will keep blowtorching it through the process of this layer drying. And I think we might wait for this one to dry, not fully set, but then I'll start putting some sweets in this layer. So let's do that when it's dry a bit more. We're back. So now for the fun part, we're gonna decorate our clock. So this layer is not fully set, but we're gonna stick some stuff in and go from there. So I'm gonna get my little lollies. How cute are these little lollies? And I'm gonna put them at the 12, 3, 6 and 9. So let's do that. I've got a point on here what I'm gonna stick to. So let's go there. Yeah. And let's go, how about there? And there's my other one. The other little thing is there. And my last one about there. I'll show you after from above what it looks like. So let's get some little, let's get some of our nerds, and basically we're just going to go to town. These are dropping in and just random really. Right, so that's this layer done. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is our second layer poured, and I have just put in some candy, some American candy. So we'll wait for this layer to completely dry, and then we'll pour another layer on top and keep layering, and we'll see what we end up with. Right, we're back, guys. This is the next day again. This resin that I've used, not used this resin before. This is epoxy plast. It is so lovely and crystal clear, but it takes 20 hours in between each layer, as the other one that I use. That takes literally maybe about 3 hours to set. So yeah, so 20 hours later, we're back. Our clock is set. Let's measure out our resin. So we're going to do a bigger layer on this one. We're going to do a bigger layer, a thicker layer, because regardless, as long as it's up to 5 centimeters, then it will dry within 20 hours. So right, so we're going to do 200 on this layer. This is part A. These containers are really horrible to pour. So 95, 96, 199. That's close enough. I think that is close enough. Okay. Part B. So we did technically 200. So 10:3 ratio, so we're going to do 60 grams of this one. Let's zero that again. So that's 60. Oh, this one's horrible. 20, 40, 45, 46, 48. I want 60, not 50. 55, 59. Look at that. That's well good. I'm good at measuring, yeah. Right, so we'll bring our clock back. Can you see? It is actually night time, so I've tried to get a light so you can see. Right, so our mixture is done. There should be a bit of a thicker layer, so we're going to pour this one on. With this resin as well, apparently it takes so long to dry because it doesn't get hot. So the normal resin that we use gets very, very, very hot, and I think that's why it dries so quick. So this one is it doesn't have any heat to it, which is strange because we're not used to working with that, but that's what we've got now. So yes, I'm just going to put nerds on this layer and let's see what it looks like. Maybe we'll put another couple of these. I wasn't gonna, but maybe we will. Okay, I think that's done. Okay, and that is the next layer poured, and the sweets on the top. It looks a bit wild. I think when it gets lifted out, when it's clear, then you'll have a better view all the way through it. But for now, we'll just keep pouring resin and layering the sweets. So probably we'll be back in, it'll probably take another 20 hours or so. So we'll see you probably same time tomorrow. And we are back 24 hours later. We are set again, so we're going to go again, we're going to do another big layer, 200A and 60 part B. So let's go. and I'm going to put a tiny bit of glitter in this one. Not as much as the last one, well, the first layer, but just a little bit. It's not coming out. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. And pour. Right, so I think on this layer I'm gonna do some little markers between, like for the 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 and so on. So let's try and get this evenish. So we'll go about there and about there, and we'll go about there. That should be about even. And that's what it looks like from the top. Can you see? There. Let's put that like that. Try not to move it too much, but yeah, I wasn't going to put any more glitter, but the first layer was quite a lot of glitter, and just put a nice little shimmer on the top. So yeah, sorry, the light, it's not that great, it's night time again. So yeah, so I've got my little markers in between, and then I'm going to pour one more layer, and then I'm going to put another lollipop at the 3, 6, 9 and 12. So we'll be back when I do that. Right guys, so I've got my last pour. I have done a 150 and part A and 45 part B. So we're going to pour this last layer. I've just literally put more lollies on the top as a last layer. So let's pour this, and then we can come back when it's dry and see what it looks like. And just get the last few bubbles. Okay, clock is finally cured. We're going to take it out of our little mould, which I've stuck to the bottom of my cake stand. There we go. Let's take it out and see what happens. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Yes. It's ready. My clock is finally cured. The final result looks beautiful. I love it. But look, it's very thick. So I made this one too thin and this one too thick. So my mechanism, it doesn't actually fit. Can you see? It's too little. Too little. So I'm gonna put some hands on for you to show you what it would look like as a clock. So I've put my hands on, because I did say I was making you a clock, so I wanted to kind of show you a clock, but I've stuck my hands on just to show you what it would look like as a clock. But as you can see, I ordered the hands that were way too long for my clock, so yep. But it is beautiful. I do love it. It's very pretty. It's very nice and clear. All the sweets. Can you see all the way through? See all the layers that are poured. Lots of sweeties. But I might make this into something different. So maybe I'm thinking like a cake stand, because it is way too thick for a clock, and I've been looking for hands and they are, the mechanism is too little to go through. My clock is too deep. So yes, we're going to, I think for a future video, I'm going to make this into maybe a cake stand or something. Any ideas what you think I can make it into? Please do comment down below. And maybe when I make that into a cake stand, or whatever I choose to make it into, this one that we made, I do love this one. Like I said, this one was too thin, but maybe I'll make this one into a cake stand, a clock for a future video. So you can see this one as a clock, and this one as, I'm not sure what we're going to make it into. Like I said, comment down below. But yeah,
Down below.
don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the things you need to do. You know what you need to do. And join me 7 o'clock on Tuesdays and Fridays for new videos. Thank you for watching. Ciao.